The Dark Hunters are a lot like the blade of BIONICLE universe, whether it's wielded by someone else like Pterodax or for personal gain to the organisation itself. So, who does this job best? Find out as we count down the top 10 Dark Hunters. Let's start off with number 10. Aside from Primal, Dark Hunters rarely make choices due to morality. Primal originated from a distant land and was later recruited into the organisation. He is not known to kill those who have been marked as a target for him, but simply the client who placed the hit due to his strong sense of justice. Additionally, he has been known to kill his partners, and so the Shadowed One simply gave up on pairing him with others and sends him out independently to do missions. However, the fact that Primal has survived this way makes him a must-have on this list. Up next at number 9, Lurker is a fearsome Dark Hunter who, after being exiled from his home, actually became a decent competition for the Dark Hunters due to his talent in murder. He was headhunted by the organisation due to his ever-growing reputation. He took on several missions, including one in which he killed many Piraka to prevent the Matoran from turning away from funding the Dark Hunters for protection. His predatory style of waiting until the moment of weakness shows itself is the reason why he bears such an unsettling name. Coming into at number 8, Tryglice was employed into the Dark Hunters and has had grand success due to his power of shapeshifting. He frequently used this ability to deceive his enemies. For instance, when he fought Toili Khan alongside Gladiator, he transformed himself into Kitongu. Unfortunately, he is known to keep trophies for himself instead of giving them to the organisation, and has been punished severely for it in the past. Most of these Dark Hunter stories follow a very similar path except for our number 7 pick, Mimic, who lived a simple life with a female companion until a natural disaster destroyed their home and they were forced to work together to survive. When he found out he possessed useful powers, his companion mysteriously disappeared and he was approached by the Shadowed One. He serves in the Dark Hunters in an attempt to find his missing companion, although, thanks to the Shadowed One, he likely never will. For number 6, we have Vanisher. Vanisher is very similar to Nadiki in the way of his untrustworthiness. He was incredibly willful and frequently disobeyed his orders. Due to this, the Shadowed One often assigned loyal members of his organisation to accompany Vanisher on missions in order to keep him under control. These Dark Hunters, however, always seem to suffer a mysterious death during their missions. Despite his behaviour, his efficiency as a Dark Hunter has saved his skin. If you're not doing a good job as a Dark Hunter, then you might bump into Eliminator, the winner of our number 5 spot. If this happens, then your death will surely follow soon after, as he is assigned to dispose of any incapable Dark Hunters or those who are on the run from the organisation. This has made him hated amongst the Dark Hunters, and due to this, he lives separately from them and away from Odina. Coming in at number 4, we have Dweller, who happens to have a very suitable name. He was given a permanent assignment to watch over the industrial activity of Metro Nui and keep the Shadowed One updated on situations arising there. To prevent his presence from being spotted, he hid underground and used his abilities to mentally manipulate anyone from seeing or noticing his existence. Sometimes he will mess with beings' minds simply because it's entertaining. I mean, he's stuck underground, he's bound to get bored sometime. Taking the number 3 spot, we have Ancient, one of the Shadowed One's most trusted agents. Ancient met the Shadowed One on his homeland before the Dark Hunters were established. Here, they conceived the idea and started from there together. Unfortunately, his loyalty is to money before anything else, and later he was brought out by the order of Matanui to spy on the Shadowed One. It is likely the Shadowed One knew about his betrayal but did not act on it until later on. Ancient met his demise by the Shadowed One's hand. The runner-up spot belongs to Larisa, a sadistic and brutal fighter that holds her loyalty to the Shadowed One closely. She is always active and ready to fight whenever an opportunity shows itself. She has been known to train for specific missions in the past, such as when she prepared herself to specifically combat and kill a Tower of Gravity. This shows her enthusiasm towards efficiency and knowing what an enemy's weakness is so she can exploit it. Before I reveal who's number 1, we have a couple of honourable mentions. It's funny how I say honourable, yet these characters are void of such a thing. First, starting off with Crackalin. No? Bob Schneider. No again? Oh yeah, I forgot you don't have a name. I'm obviously talking about the infamous leader known as the Shadow One. I feel like the Shadow One is the kind of boss that if you're in his good books, he'll let you get away with murder. And if not, then prepare to realise that your ashes may be painting the landscape of Odina when you mess up. His ruthlessness and overall control of his moving fortress makes him pretty much untouchable, making anyone who's willing to dethrone him look like they desire a death wish. The only reason he doesn't have a proper spot in this list is because while he is the leader of the Dark Hunters, he's not so much a Dark Hunter himself. He's in a category all to himself. The next mention is the Piraka. Before they were the Piraka, however, they served in the Dark Hunters for 5,000 years before all of them except for Avag decided to rebel. This rebellion then fragmented as swiftly as it started, causing Zaktan to become a freak of nature. Afterwards, they continued to defy the Shadow One by managing to set off to Mangaya to follow their own fortune. Surprisingly, this was a source of heavy debate within TTV, but the fact that they achieved most of their notoriety after they left the organisation keeps them from securing a spot on this list, but they received an honourable mention regardless. And finally, taking the number 1 spot and the honour of being the best Dark Hunter, hello Darkness, my old friend. Darkness is one of the most powerful Dark Hunters, so powerful that he's the only one capable of killing the Shadow One and taking his place as the new leader. He lingers with the leader like his own shadow, watching his every move and waiting for the inevitable day when he slips up or shows the slightest hint of weakness. The only time he leaves his side is when there's disobedient Dark Hunters to be dealt with. Hence why he revealed himself to the Piraka during the Skakti Rebellion. Darkness is certainly a force to be reckoned with, and more than deserving of his spot in this countdown. But they're just our thoughts, what are yours? Post your top 10 Dark Hunters in the comments below, and to be sure to continue this discussion on the TTV Message Boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. I'm Viper, and thanks for watching.